Hi, my name's Deidre Suriani, and I am the founder of Radically Aligned. And what I do is I help people step into their highest self and dissolve and integrate physical, mental, emotional, and energetic barriers so that they can live their life to the fullest and create the biggest impact. In today's video, I want to talk about being a vibrational match for what you want to attract. There's a lot of things out there on creating vision boards and other processes in order to attract what it is you want. But the most important thing that I want to share with you today that I've worked with hundreds of people on is really about being the vibrational match for what you want to attract, because it's not about seeing something put together in a collage of your future. It's really about being in that vibrational match because it's already done. And so this is what we're going to talk about, because in North America, we've been programmed to think that we got to be busier, we got to get more done, we got to, hustle, we got to do all of these things. But the truth is, it's just not true. It's a lie. And the more that we exude our energy in all these different directions, and we're in a space of chasing rather than being, and in a space of receiving, we take the path of most resistance. And this is where burnout comes in. This is where fatigue comes in. This is where we don't really feel the way that we want to feel. And then you might even ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I stressing out to achieve a goal or create something? And when things are hard, it's important to know that you are taking the path of most resistance. And it might not be your door. It may not be your entry point to get where you want to go. So it's really about dropping into the beingness. And that's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to teach you a couple things so that you can drop into the beingness rather than the hustle and the doingness, which is, for me, I think it's like the whole paradigm of doing things. It's not the way things really happen. It's more about aligning with your frequency and attracting what it is that you want. So the first thing you want to get really clear on is maybe an area of your life that you want more expansion, you want more joy, you want more love, you want more bliss, you want more abundance. What is an area of your life that, you're like, oh, it could be better, an area maybe where you feel like you're on the path of most resistance, like you're climbing that mountain, you're not getting anywhere. That's where we can start today. And the first step is getting radically honest with yourself. Like, how do you really feel about it? One of the things that we can tend to do is we can, sugarcoat everything, and it's like sweeping our issues and our feelings under a rug. And what happens when we do that is we continue to sweep things under the rug until eventually, hopefully, someone comes over to our house, or a friend of ours is like, wow, you've got a lot of stuff under your rug. Like, what's going on there, right? And then sometimes that can come up as all these emotions. It can come up as some chaos in our life. It can come up as burnout, right? Dis-ease. It can come up as so many things. So we're not going to sweep things under the rug today. We're going to look at them. We're going to see what's there. And when we see what's there, we're going to say, oh, like, that's cool. I swept these things under the rug. And now I'm just going to process them and move forward and create what I want. So step number one, in order to be a vibrational match for what you want to attract, is you got to get radically honest with yourself and where you're at. And so I encourage you to find one area of your life that you want to create more joy in, and maybe an area where you've been grinding and pushing and trying to do things and checking things off of a list, and really getting honest with how you feel and also what your story is around your struggle. So I used to be that person that I persevered, right? I would just persevere through anything. And I did that in relationships. I did that in my career. And I always thought that the path of most resistance was the space where I would have the biggest badge of honor. Like, it was a big badge of honor for the struggle, right? And so you may be in that space right now in relationship or career or anywhere else in your life where you're in the space of struggling, but there's a badge of honor. And this can be something that we've learned in our culture, in our family, maybe from something that happened years ago that taught you to believe that the struggle was actually something that you should celebrate. But the truth is, things don't need to be hard. You have chosen to make it hard. And this can be tough to realize sometimes, but It's the truth. It doesn't have to be so hard. And so step number 1, get radically honest with how you're feeling and where you're at in that area of your life. Number 2, ask yourself, have you been wearing a badge of honor on, pushing yourself forward and making it hard? And if the answer is yes, ask yourself, where did that come from? Where did I learn this behavior, this belief system, and is it still serving me? And the chances it's probably not, otherwise you probably wouldn't be watching this right now, right? So the next step is, the belief system is there. Oh, I need to do this way, which may be the path of most resistance, climbing up that mountain that you're not getting anywhere. And the next question that I want you to ask yourself is, how do you want to feel instead? The truth is, you get to choose how you feel every single day, and you get to decide how you show up because you get to make your own rules. And the reason why I believe many people are not living in alignment with their purpose or the most fulfilled version of themselves is because, number 1, they're not taking the time, like you are right now, to ask themselves those deeper questions. They're not taking the time to get honest with themselves, and they're not taking the time to choose how they want to feel instead. So it goes more than just choosing how you want to feel instead, but I want you to write down, how do I want to feel instead of feeling like I'm struggling with finances, or instead of having a story that I'm never going to find the relationship that I want, or whatever it is that you're working on right now. The next piece is, how can you set yourself up to be a vibrational match? So yes, you got to know what you want. You got to choose how you want to feel. But the next piece is putting that into action, because you do have to take some action, but not a lot of action, to be a vibrational match for what you want to attract. So the next step is, what kind of environments do I need to be in order to feel the way that I want to feel? What kind of people do I want to surround myself to feel the way that I want to feel? We are the average of the people that we surround ourselves in. So knowing the people and the types of energy in which we surround ourselves with is everything, right? So that's a big piece. The next piece is, what's the music that you're listening to? What are the things that you're watching and consuming every day, whether that's food, whether that's the news or TV, and being really aware of how each of these things are impacting your vibration. And if they're not aligned with how you want to feel and where you want to go, it's time to look at changing them and being the architect of putting things together and deciding how I want to feel and how I want to show up, and then creating the life that aligns with that. Because the truth is, when we're attached to the 60 or the 70% of what we want, which might be where you're at right now, of not feeling the way that you want to feel, or you've got some things working for you in that area of your life, but you know that you're compromising or you're settling in some way, it's until we get honest with ourselves and we step back and we ask ourselves those questions, we choose how we want to feel instead, and then align ourselves with what's going to support us to feel that way, we're not going to be the vibration in which we want to attract. Because when we're clinging on to the 60% of what we want, and we're not stepping back and having perspective and doing this deeper inner work, it's very difficult to change your vibration. So you're going to continue to attract that 60%. And if what you want is over here, more of the 100% radically aligned with what it is that you want to create, but you're down here and you're attached to your old stuff, your old belief systems, even though maybe it's reached its expiration date, right? Because you're watching this, it's reached its expiration date. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Then you're going to continue to miss what it is that you want because you're not a vibrational match. So in order to be a vibrational match, you got to get radically honest with yourself. You got to ask yourself, where did this come from? Is that belief system still serving me? And then you've got to choose how you want to feel instead, choose what you want to believe instead, and then be the architect of your life to be in radical alignment with what it is that you want to attract. And when you plug into the right environments and all of those things that I've mentioned, you are naturally going to raise your frequency and be more aligned for attracting what it is that you want. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video today. If you have, go ahead and subscribe below to this channel. I'll be launching a new video blog every week on something to help you raise your vibration, attract more of what it is that you want, live a life that you love, and live a life on purpose to create a legacy that you truly want to be known for in the world. So again, my name is Deidre Suriani, and I'm the founder of Radically Aligned Life. And today is all about raising your frequency to attract what it is that you want. Do you feel like this video could support someone you know? If you do, go ahead and share this video with someone you know who may be kind of stuck and settling in an area of their life, and you know that it could support them to up level their vibration. Sending you all lots of love. Hope that you're having a beautiful day. Mwah.